What is happening?
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Well, I and the other members of the research department would like to welcome you here tonight. We have a lovely evening of highbrow humor planned for you, and thanks for making the trip out on this most irrational of days. And we would like to point out that this is the -3rd anniversary of Pi Day, because the real jackpot is going to be in 2015, when the date will read 31415. And then at 9:26, presumably in the morning, we will perform a ritual of Pi, probably at the East Lawrence Recreation Center. Because when you recite 3.14159265358979323846264338327950, that's their phone number. So, thanks so much for coming. We have a lovely show. Lots of talented people have. You'll get to meet them all. And we're going to have a fabulous auction of fabulous nerdmobilia, including stuff I just didn't have any idea we could possibly get, and we got it. And it's going to be a great evening. So, Alferd Packer Memorial String Band, come out and help give me an identity crisis here. Here we are, yeah, thank you. Well, this is a song about pi, the 16th letter of the Greek alphabet, the symbol used to designate the ratio of the diameter of a circle to its circumference. A baked good consisting of 1 or 2 layers of pastry with a filling as of fruit or of meat. Well, it's 3.1415926535897932638462643383279550. Just 2 little letters. 1 if you're Greek. 3 required to spell if it's an after dinner treat. Well, I like pie. I like it by the slice. Even when it's 3.1415, still it's nice. It's an irrational number, and it's a fine dessert. It's a clown's projectile, and it might get on your shirt. It defines a circle, or a sorority. It's tasty and it's filling, but pi won't divide by 3. I like pie. I like it by the slice. Even when it's 3.1415, still it's nice. Oh, slice it, Lorelei. Cut right through. Mincemeat pie is tasty. Rhubarb pie is tart. Calculus is science, but baking is an art. I sent my son to college. They told him pi are square. I told him pi are round and said those Twix cornbread are square. I like pie. I like it by the slice. Even when it's 3.1415, still it's nice. Leon's not here. Fried buffalo chips and cow pies when firewood was slack. Warmed old prairie dwellers, they were pyromaniacs. 10 were eggheads, of which more than half. I'll tell an esoteric joke, then we all will laugh. Ha ha ha! I like pie. I like it by the slice. Even when it's 3.1415, it's nice. Those old Hebrews in the Bible, 1 Kings 1723 used pi in their figures, but they thought it equaled 3. Using a computer, Apple, you can cipher pi to the millionth digit, and then you can ask why. I like pi, I like it by the slice, even when it's 3.1415, so it's nice. I like pi, I like it by the slice, even when it's 3.1415, so it's nice. It's the ratio of what's going on to what's coming round. Oh yeah. Well, we'd like to welcome the Vintage Players, John Mosher and Agnes Engelman, and their piece is called Who's On First with Computers. Enjoy.
We all remember Abbott and Costello, I hope, and their famous Who's On First. We're going to do this one with computers.
Super duper computer store. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking at trying to buy a computer. I'm setting up an office in my den.
Mac?
No, the name's Lou.
Your computer.
I don't own a computer. I want to buy one.
Mac?
I told you, my name is Lou.
What about Windows?
Windows? What? Why? Will it get stuffy in here?
You want a computer with Windows.
I don't know. What will I see when I look in the windows?
Wallpaper.
Never mind the windows. I need a computer and software.
Software for Windows?
No, on the computer. I need something I can use to write proposals and track expenses and run my business. What have you got?
Office.
Yes, for my office. Can you recommend anything?
I just did.
You did what?
Recommend something.
You recommended something?
Yes?
For my computer?
Yes?
Okay. What did you recommend for my office?
Office.
Oh, yes, for my office.
I recommend Office with Windows.
I already have it. And it has windows. Okay. Let's just say I'm sitting at my computer and I want to type up a proposal. What do I need?
Word.
What word?
The word in Office.
The only word in office is office.
The word in Office for Windows.
Which word in office for Windows?
The word you get when you click the blue W.
I'm going to click your blue W. Oh, okay. What about financial bookkeeping? Do you have anything I can track my money with?
Money.
That's right. What do you have?
Money.
I need money to track my money?
It comes bundled with your computer.
What's bundled with my computer?
Money.
Money comes with my computer?
Yes, no extra charge. You will just click on the capital M.
Is that different from the blue W?
The blue W is Word.
What word?
The words in Office for Windows.
There are 3 words in office for Windows.
No, just one. But it's the most popular word in the world.
It is?
Yes, but to be fair, there aren't many other words left. It pretty much wiped out all the other words out there.
Never mind. Can we just go back to what I need to manage my money?
That's money. It comes bundled with your computer.
I get a bundle of money with my computer? How much?
1 copy.
Isn't it illegal to copy money?
Microsoft gave us a license to copy money.
They can give you a license to copy money?
Well, why not? They own it.
Time passes.
Super duper computer store. Can I help you?
How do I turn my computer off?
To turn your computer off, first click on Start.
Thank you, John and Agnes. That was a nice salute to the computer. Friends, we continue our program this evening after a word from Polygraph. But not really. We'd like to welcome Maria Anthony. She's going to sing a song by Eric Idle. And there were some other artistic surprises interwoven. Anyway, boy, what a great audience. Big round of applause for you guys. Thanks for coming tonight. Thank you. This is our first Pi Day event, and we hope it will. We hope it goes on forever.
Everybody's looking for the circumference, 3.1415. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you, young people. The sun is a hot star, Mercury is hot too, Venus is the brightest planet, Earth is home to me and you. Mars is the red one, Jupiter is most wide, Saturn has the shiny rings, Uranus spins on its side, Neptune's very windy, Pluto's very small. We wanted to name the planets, now we name them all. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and now we name them all. So remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving, revolving at 900 miles an hour. It's orbiting at every 90 seconds, so it's reckoned the sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of the galaxy we call the Milky Way. Our galaxy alone contains 100 billion stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but out by us it's just 3,000 light years wide. We're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years, and our galaxy is only one of millions of billions in this amazing and expanding universe. Our universe itself keeps on expanding and expanding in all of the directions it can whiz. As fast as it can go, the speed of light, 10 million miles a minute, and that's the fastest speed there is. So remember when you're feeling very small and insecure, how amazingly unlikely is your birth. And pray that there's intelligent life somewhere up in space. There's bugger all down here on Earth. And the whole universe was in a hot, dense state. But 14 billion years ago, expansion started. Wait. The earth began to cool, the autotrophs began to drool, Neanderthals developed tools, we built the walls, we built the pyramids, math, science, history, unraveling the mystery that all started with the Big Bang. Since the dawn of man is really not that long, every galaxy was formed in less time than it takes to sing the song, a fraction of a second. The elements were made, the bipeds stood up straight, the dinosaurs all met their fate, they tried to leap but they were late and they all died. The oceans and Pangea Seal wouldn't want to be set in motion by the same Big Bang. It all started with the Big Bang. It's expanding ever outward, but one day it will cause the stars to go the other way, collapsing ever inward. We won't be here, it won't be hurt. Our best and brightest figure, it'll make an even bigger bang. Australopithecus really happened sick of us debating out while here we're catching deer, they're catching viruses, religion and astronomy, carta Deuteronomy. It all started with the Big Bang. Music and mythology, Einstein and astrology, it all started with the Big Bang. It all started with the big, say it with me, bang! Thank you.
The Amphioxus
That's right.
is the simplest vertebrate. And that's a cool thing, but the spell checker on my computer, it doesn't know how to spell luthier. It doesn't know how to spell like half the words that I need it to spell. It knew how to spell Amphioxus. A fish-like thing appeared among the annelids one day. It hadn't any parapods or setae to display. It hadn't any eyes or jaws or ventral nervous cord, but it had a lot of gill slits and it had a nodal cord. It's a long way from Amphioxus, it's a long way to us. It's a long way from Amphioxus to the meanest human cuss. Goodbye, fins and gill slits, hello, lungs and hair. It's a long, long way from Amphioxus, but we come from there. She lived in the beach sand beneath the ocean waves. She was just a lowly, filter-feeding slave. She came from the beaches to form the mammal hordes. It was a long, long way from Amphioxus, from Hominidae, but it just came from there. Amphioxus, it's a long way to us. It's a long way from Amphioxus to the meanest human cuss. Goodbye, fins and gill slits, hello, lungs and hair. It's a long, long way from Amphioxus, but we come from there. That tiny dorsal nervous cord has become a mighty brain, and the vertebrates now dominate the animal domain. Thank you, Mr. Darwin, for showing us the link. It's been a long, long way from Amphioxus, but we now can think. It's a long way from Amphioxus, it's a long way to us. It's a long way from Amphioxus to the meanest human cuss. Goodbye, fins and gill slits, hello, lungs and hair. It's a long, long way from Amphioxus, but we come from there. A scientific method works to organize our views. Evolution charts the way a species pays its dues. Kansas school kids should not be denied these handy tools. Keep your eye on your school board, save Kansas from the fools. It's a long way from Amphioxus to the meanest human cuss. Goodbye, fins and gill slits, hello, lungs and hair. It's a long, long way from Amphioxus, but we come from there.
So, please welcome Noah Musser.
This is a song about pi. It's also Clarence Ashley's The Cuckoo. I don't know if you've heard that song. Very old time song. So it goes a little bit like this.
She never says cuckoo till she measures incline, circumference, and the radius. I will measure me some pi. It's a weak point, and a 1/4, and a 1/5, and a 9, and a 2/6, and a 5/3, and a 5/8, and a 9. Well, I play cards in England, and I play cards in Spain. I'd be sitting round the table in a circle for the game. I'll throw my money in the center as the betting travels round. They're tiny circles made of silver, transcendental by your sound. I'm gonna find me a needle. I'm gonna draw me 2 lines. I can reckon the probability. I can calculate me some pi. It's a 3-point and a 1/4. It's 15 and a 9, and a 2/6, and a 5/3, and a 5/8, and a 9.
Right. This is one of my favorite songs because it tells it like it is. And it tells it like it is in a little bit edgy way. Thank you.
Yay, Greg!
Some glad morning when my life is over, I will decay. I'll return to molecules once more when I decay. I will decay, how gory. I will decay in the morning when I die. By and by, I will decay. Here's what happens pathologically when you decay.
Didn't I tell you? Huh?
Yeah.
Didn't that tell it like it is? That's right. Without sentiment, but eerily elegant. Really. We'd like to welcome Gwyneth Sigmund, who's going to come out here and play the flute, and she's going to play feral flute. That's interesting. I don't know if the flute itself is feral or the name of the piece is feral flute, but she could tell us. Where is Gwyneth? Where are you? Is that the name of your piece?
That is what happens when you try to play a piece based on 4 notes and they just keep going.
Just keep going. All right. Sounds. Is this a rational piece of music that we're talking about?
Highly irrational.
Really? Because I know up here tonight we have a, if not an irrational number of musicians, a number of irrational musicians. Well, please enjoy Gwyneth on the feral flute. Again. So, Laura Lynn brought this song to the group a number of years ago. So take
Chemical love song.
Love song.
Chemical love.
Right.
Swimming through the sea, digging the seam, just Think of the love that you eat when you salt your meat. Think of the love that you eat when you salt your meat. When you salt your meat. Think of the love that you eat when you salt your meat.
I believe it's time for the pie recitation contest. This is the moment of pie. Can I get a... Come on. Okay, well, we're gonna have the pie recitation contest now, and this is a new form we're trying out here for the new phenomenon of Pi Day here in Lawrence. And I'd like to call David Payton up, who has thrown down for, and they kind of let people, you know, say how many places they think they can get to. So he's put down 15 here, but here we are.
Those are just numbers I made up, Matt.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe we're going to be here a while. Okay. Does anybody have a pie to compare it?
Yes.
With which to compare? Okay. Do you have enough light?
Could I check that?
Do you have enough light to see there? I have a light if you need one. I have a light.
All right, you ready? All right. 3.141592653589979. And that's about where I get started.
Well, if you used that in a calculation, it'd be pretty close. You know, one of the things that we're auctioning out here is an attosecond pulsed laser paper from K-State. We have, I should mention some of the items from the auction before we have our next contestants. And this is one of them, and an attosecond is 10 to the minus 18th. So that's getting pretty, you know, it's getting pretty sharp. So anyway, I'd say that was a fine string of pie, David. I'd say it was. I'd like to call Sean Bowen up to recite pie, and good luck and prosper,
dude. Okay, from my memory, 3.141592653589792. That's about it.
if you were calculating your carpet, you know, that'd be pretty accurate there. That's pretty good.
For a round room.
A round room, yeah. You could get it right down to, you know, the molecule or something. Well, okay. Leo Mahler, please come up and perform the ritual of pie recitation, please. Here he comes. We've got some other great items out there. We actually got E.O. Wilson at Harvard to sign an ant farm for us. Yeah, that's right. You want to know how that happened? The Packer Band met his personal assistant at a gas station in Ellsworth, Kansas in 2009. She's real nice. Yeah, so anyway, hi, Aaron.
Well, never rather than 10. I always round it up, so we'll get 3.14159265389.
That was actually beyond human scale as well. You know, more than you need, really. And now I'd like to invite Tiffany Harkins. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, peel us off a string of that pie there. What do you
3.1415926535897932384626433 83279 50288 41971 693 993 7510.
She has gone trans East Lawrence Recreation Center on that recitation of pi. Wow, this is honestly, what a wonderful. Thank you for coming tonight. Let's see, the next person I have on the list here is Seth Simonton.
Well, I can't beat that. 3.14159265358979223846264233832.
Here's somebody. Here's a name. I think this is a real name. Jeannie S. Smarty Pants. And their email address is 3.1415guy@gmail.com. And so, would that person please come up here and recite?
Jeannie couldn't make it tonight.
I see. That's okay. So do we have a winner?
Tiffany Harkins with 51 digits.
Your pie trophy. Oh, look at it. It looks a whole lot like a pie. Come on up here, Tiffany, and have your runway moment. Judging is finished? Wow, the judging was, how many pies were there?
A lot.
A lot of pies. Okay. Well, before we get into the awards of the prizes for the prizes, I'd like to first thank our judges, Chris Feaster, who is a local restaurateur. There he is, right here, Chris Feaster, who runs Feaster Bistro in Baldwin City. And our next judge was Susan McNally, who came here tonight wearing a pie hat from Sweden. Susan, yes. And Iris Wilkinson. Thank you, Iris Wilkinson. Thank you, judges, for lending your time and palates. Well, I'm just going to go let's see. Oh, we also have thanks. We have some thanks to give out here to the poster designer, and that was Ruth Lichtward. And what is it? Oh, please stand up and be recognized. Ruth Lichtward. There were 19 pies in the contest. And now, how many attributes were the judges judging? I mean, that's 19 times. That's like 19 factorial in terms of the work that they were doing. Yeah. Well, all right now, here we are. For the most... Okay, for the most flavorful, a key lime texture with real lime and great presentation and real whipped cream, Anne Lemoy. We have a ceremonial apron for you. It's kind of like a Masonic apron. You don't really use it. It's kind of like that good belt they give. That's right. Savor the moment. Yes, savor. This is your runway moment. This is it. Oh, there she went. And thank you, Anne, thank you. And for the most creative, this is interesting. Another key lime strawberry in a square pan, pie squared. Can I get a... And that prize goes to Natalie Mason. Is it time for pie? Yes. It's time for pie.
Come on downstairs.
We're going to have
19 pies.
Yeah, we're going to have an intermission, which is your mission, to enjoy some pie in the basement. So we'll be back with the second half of tonight's show after we've had a little nosh.
Is there any good pie? Pie good?
I'd like to thank all of the pie makers who graced that really wonderful roaming board in the basement there. In fact, I think we just created the pyreotic table of elements. I had a rare earth pie. China wasn't able to hoard it all. That's great. I had a noble pie. Curiously, no flavor. Anyway, okay, well, we're gonna do a song now about a certain subject. 3. Conductivity requires an explanation. The electrons form in Cooper bears to reach their destination through a Yipco non-resistive crystal conformation, which Chip and Norris and Carl Mueller scored big innovation. These Cooper pairs or bosons that encounter no resistance as they hula through the crystal matrix with assistance from a quantum property that makes them wave or substance. If I could do that too, I'd be a big hit at the next dance. Imagine now a future filled with trains that float out of friction. Fusion-powered paradise, the stuff of science fiction. Believe you me, I really think that all that stuff is so swell. But looking back, the science fact is these guys got a Nobel. If Schrader's cat has got your tongue, there's no need to get yourself some rare earth magnets, cool down and play. And as you sit with Meisner properties diverting fluxes, just stick with this and someday maybe you'll be renting tuxes. Superconductivity requires an explanation. Electrons storming Cooper pairs to reach their destination through a Yipko non-resistant crystal conformation, which scored Bednor's and Carl Mueller's paid Norway vacation. All right, well, we're going to have a very special performance piece. That's right. It's still a family show, and Julie Kingsbury and Linda Tilton have been practicing this for really a very long time, and almost an irrationally long time, and they wanted me to make sure that everyone here knows that the piece of music that they are about to use lasts exactly 3 minutes and 14 seconds. And I know that some of our other performers tonight have been timing their acts to that, so we really appreciate that level of commitment. So anyway, with no further ado, please welcome Julie Kingsbury and Linda Tilton performing the dance of the Pi Swords. No pies were actually harmed in the production. Yeah, that's just a stand-in pie, really. It was digital. Well, Mike Rundle.
Well, Mike Kirby. Time for a story? A story of...
Some kind of relative of mine or something?
On that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Rundle.
I'd like to tell a story of some little scientific nature, very little scientific nature. My gal Sal. Now, we used to live way up Bullfrog Creek, just about a mile, mile and a half, 2 mile, 3 mile, 3.1415969265, 35897932 miles, give or take. And I told my mom one day, could we go scoonkin hunting? That's where you go hunting for raccoons for their skin, and Pa asked me, he didn't care. But before we went, you'd have to round up all the dogs, all the hunting dogs. So we rounded up all the dogs, all of them except old Shorty, and then we didn't round him up either. Then Pa remembered he had some chores he wanted me to do before we went hunting. He told me could I mow the garbage and take the grass out, and I said I could, and I did. But when I was done, all them dogs wasn't rounded up anymore, all of them except old Shorty. So I said, the heck with this, I'd rather go see my Sal gal. Now, Sal, she lived way up the tough of the creek. You know, the further you go, the tougher it gets. So I told Pa, could I ride the horse? And he asked me, he didn't care. So this is what I did. I went outside, I put the horse on the saddle, threw the reins over the roof, pulled the fence up to the gate, the horse got on me, and away we went. We was going down this road, it was straight as an arrow and winding all over the countryside. Come around this one bend, and there was a house made out of cornbread and shingle with pancakes. So, I got off the house, walked up to the horse, knocked on the woman, and a door came out. I said, hi, big guy, can I get you a piece of milk and a glass of pie? I said, well, thank you, ma'am, I don't care for some, I just had any, but I'd like to visit if you've got the time. She said, fine with me. Knocked me down, sat on top of me, said, make yourself comfortable. We started visiting back and forth. I was talking to her, she's talking to me. Then all of a sudden a bark comes out, a big bark comes out and dogged at me. Got back on my horse and headed on down the road to Sal's house. Well, come around this other bend and there was all these roast pigs running around with knives and forks in their back squealing, eat me, eat me. Terrified my horse. She threw me over her head and tail. I landed face foremost on my back there in the middle of the creek up on a big pile of dirt. Well, my horse could see I was in my wrong mind and only a little bit dry, but she wrung me out, got me on down the road to Sal's house. Now, you know, we were sweethearts, as I may have implied, and we had this kind of lover signal where anytime her daddy was out, she would have both front doors nailed shut wide open on the back of the house. There they were. Both front doors nailed shut wide open on the back of the house, so I just walked on in. Threw my hat in the fireplace, spit in the bed. Stood there kind of shy-like with my feet in my pockets, shuffling my hands with my eyes closed, staring out the window, but I was as close to Sal as I could get. She was on one side of the room and I was on the other. And things got romantic. We was talking about love and politics and dog ticks, and Sal, she got all fired up talking about things. I said, honey, whoa, this is not romantic. How about if we go down? How about we go down to the orchard? I'll climb up the peach tree, shake down the mangoes, and you can make us a nice orange pie for supper. Sal asked me, she didn't care. So we started down to the orchard. We was going down the road. I was just as close to Sal as I could get. She was on one side of the road and I was on the other. We was about 3.14159.265 feet apart, thereabouts. So we get out of the orchard. I said, honey, how about if I climb up the apple tree and shake down the pears? She asked me, she didn't care. So I didn't. She didn't care. Well, I didn't care that she didn't care that I hadn't. She didn't care that I didn't care that she didn't care that I didn't. So I did. I climbed up and I shook that tree. I shook myself out of the tree. Fell straddle of a barbed wire fence, broke my right leg just above the elbow. Somehow we got me fixed back up, got back up to the house, and things got romantic again. I don't know if you've done this where you draw cards one at a time to cast your love fortune. Sal went first, she drew a heart. I went next, I drew a spade. Woo! This was going good. Sal went next, she drew a diamond, man, this was sweet. Never had it so good. Then her daddy walked in, he drew a club. I said, uh-oh, honey. I don't know when I had a good time, but if I don't see you again, the old gray mare is yours. And then I got on my horse and went back home, and there was Pa. Had all those dogs rounded up. I said, Pa, we can't go hunting now, it's dark. What a dumb day, boy. Here I was, no hunting, no gal, 3 black eyes, 4 shinned-up skin bones, 5 wind-up alarm clocks, half a horse, and all them dogs. And I tell you, that is 3.14159.9265% of everything that I've forgotten or remembered. But I do know one thing, I certainly do enjoy a piece of pie.
It's the Packer Band again. We're gonna sing a song about a legume. Well, several. I mean, one. I guess it's one legume. There's lots of separate species.
When Gregor Mendel was a boy, he worked hard on the farm, scratching out a living with a muscle in his arm. He didn't have a lot to eat, some chicken and goat cheese. In the garden for legumes, young Gregor planted peas. When he had grown to 25, he was ordained a priest. Most of us would think that then the farming would have ceased. He studied math and science, got B.N.A.U. degrees. He went back to the abbey and persisted planting peas. Little bitty round peas, great big wrinkled peas, long pods, short pods, a potpourri of peas. He didn't propagate lots of peas of recipes. He started properties of sorting ability. For 17 years, Mendel taught a high school science course. In his leisure time, he was forbidden intercourse. It was in the garden that he liked to take his ease. What was Mendel doing there? Just propagating peas. Little bitty brown peas, great big wrinkled peas, long pods, fork pot, a pot of pure peas. He didn't propagate lots of peas or recipes. He taught the properties of sorting independently. Song about peas here. It's only kind of the most important verse of the song here. Well, since he could not make himself, he made it all his plants. Published how their properties assorted just by chance. Really tight statistics that had some suspecting spleens. Gregor's probabilities predicted genes in peas. Little bitty brown peas, great big wrinkled peas, long pods, short pods, and potpourri of peas. He didn't propagate lots of peas and recipes. He wanted properties sorting independently. Then the abbot died and he was buried by the church. The abbot's death meant Mendel had to give up his research. He was elected abbot and all he could say was, please, who wants to shuffle papers when he could be shucking peas? Little bitty round peas, great big wrinkled peas, long pods, short pods, a potpourri of peas. He didn't propagate lots of peas and recipes. He wanted properties of sorting independently. Everybody! Little bitty round peas, great big wrinkled peas, long pods, short pods, a potpourri of peas. He didn't propagate lots of peas and recipes. He wanted properties of sorting independently.
Well, we have a real treat for you now. We have an appearance by the ghost of Albert Einstein, as channeled by Ron Calloway.
Right behind you. Look out.
Dr. Einstein! Dr. Einstein, huge fan, huge fan.
All right, it's a fun.
Thank you.
Today is my birthday. I'm 33 years old today. And I've been alive all this time, and they only let you come out one day a year. Young lady, where did you go?
I'm over here, Dr. Einstein.
What is your name, young lady?
Heidi.
Heidi. Oh, you're so tall and beautiful.
Why, thank you.
Would you like to celebrate with me my birthday tonight?
Oh, I would love to, Dr. Einstein.
After the lecture?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Einstein.
Call me Bertie.
Thank you, Dr. Einstein.
My agent said that I would go to the University of Kansas today, and that I would give a lecture for 3 hours and 14 minutes. I need a different agent. I will try to make this brief. I have some notes. Can all the students see? I meant to tell you about many wonderful things of science and physics. But I'm going to have to just tell you what they were, and I will come back maybe next year, next week. This is relatively one, velocity, motion, and position. To go too quickly, there's a fly in the back of a van, and the fly is moving at 10 miles an hour over the front of the van. But how fast is it really moving? And the answer is, it depends on where you are. The fly is moving 10, the van is moving 50. To the side of the road, it seems like the fly is moving 60 miles an hour. But to a person on the line between the sun and the van, who's watching the earth spin as well, it's another 805 miles an hour for the turning of the earth. And if there was a person here above the sun and watching the orbital path, there's another 67,000 miles. So how fast is the fly moving? It's relative to where you are and how fast you're moving. This is some of the formula that I'm going to skip. Also, I was going to discuss the problem of Monty's dilemma, which has been misconstrued for over 30 years. Next week or next year. Initially, the question was not what is the speed of light or what is energy, but actually what is the nature of mass. And several people before me found several things to be true. And this is the question of the glass. Is the glass half full? Is the glass half empty? If you are a mermaid at the bottom of the sea and you're drinking a cocktail of squid ink, and you ask the mermaid, is the glass half empty? And she says, I don't know. But if you're looking at this from the surface, or if you're down there with her, you know the glass is full. It's half full of squid ink, and it's half full of water. If you are on the surface, and you have a glass that is half full of water, and you ask the question, is the glass half full? Is the glass half empty? And the answer is, the glass is all full. It is full of water. It is full of air. And if you're out into the space and you have the glass is still full. Because the ether of space, subatomic particles, are out there and we can't see them, but we know that they're there because of the mathematics. The same way we determine the existence of atoms in the first place. This was going to be the proof of the solution. This was also going to explain what it is like to be 133 years old. And how much faster time travels when you're older and have so much more time to compare it to. You all know that this is true. There's a formula for this. And is the number of 10-year periods, but this will be another day also. The main topic of the today's speed is how I figured it out. And frankly, none of the research behind the formula was mine. But many other people were involved in this. And I happen, was also going to talk about my failed relationships. Some dangers that I would like to warn you about. The ether of space, the semi-atomic particles that are excited by the energy and electricity that is, in fact, the main part of energy. And that's how we know that it exists, because as light travels, it excites the subatomic particles of the ether, or we would not be able to see the light. When light hits water, it is refracted. When light hits air, it is refracted. When light comes near to the particles, it excites the particles and changes the actual speed of the light and the direction. Why me? Why Albert Einstein? Why was it me that was able to determine that E equals mc squared? And the answer is that there's no time that scientists were able to actually publish rather than keep secret their findings. And Dr. Faraday recently discovered the electromagnetic force, Lavoisier, conservation of energy, Leibniz and Chevalier, the actual force equaling the square of the application, and Newton's law of gravity. Of these, Newton's law of gravity did not hold. So, when your observations contradict the facts, you change the facts. The trouble with science is that people were not able to celebrate their own differences. And if things came up that seemed to contradict facts of the time, they were forced to keep it quiet or they could be killed. Sometimes we have a problem now with the same kind of thing. And so it is not enough to just accept and respect the person's right to disagree, but we need to embrace and love those that think differently from us. Class dismissed. Any questions?
Oh yeah, I got a question, Professor Einstein. What analysis all connect with those neutrino things I've been hearing about? Some scientists say go faster than the speed of light. Switzerland or something, the CERN Institute.
Last September, I learned about the study of neutrinos. And scientists have said that neutrinos go faster than the speed of light. And I laughed and said, no, my theory has been in place since 1905. Every test has shown that it is true. There must be a mistake in the measuring of the time. They upthrew the mechanism to measure the time. And perhaps they did, but then I said to myself, Einstein, you're so arrogant and conceited. Maybe there is something faster. But I think the smart money is still on E equals mc squared. Hey, let's go, babe.
Matt Kirby, and I have been subjected to radiation, and I'm going to introduce the next singer. and we will all be living underground in the near future. Please welcome Susan Newton.
Old song about geometry. Cowboy Pythagoras, the envy of all of us, folks said he was a bit of a square. A 10-gallon hat and an obtuse grin, riding like he hadn't a care. I don't know if you know the story of Sokotoa. I wish I'd known that when I took trig. It's a way to figure out the sine, cosine, and tangent. For my song, though, she's a love interest. Sokotoa, the Indian maid, with her curves and her angles so fine. A cute little number, she had him on the line as soon as he knew her cosine. Gotta have a horse, too. His trusty steed, hypotenuse, drinking only carrot juice. And a carrot looks like an isosceles triangle if you think about it. A loyal equine friend of course never was a faster horse, because he had 6 legs. That's 4 legs and hind legs. Cowboy Pythagoras, the envy of all of us, folks said he was a bit of a square. A 10-gallon hat and an obtuse grin, riding like he hadn't a care. One day a stranger rode into town. His name was Euclid. Now Euclid took one look at Sokotoa and decided he wanted her to be his girlfriend. That wasn't very popular with Cowboy Pythagoras, so he went looking for Euclid. And he found him with the XY corral. Now Cowboy Pythagoras challenged Euclid to a gunfight at 50 paces. So they squared off at right angles. Euclid walked 40 paces to the north. Pythagoras walked 30 paces to the west. That's 50 paces. Pythagoras somehow found Euclid, shot him. And Euclid fell, opposite over hypotenuse, landed on his back. So Cowboy Pythagoras, being a bit of a square, ran over to him, because he kind of felt bad. Euclid looked up and saw a sign. And he said, in any right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other 2 sides. And Pythagoras goes, that's it! Cowboy Pythagoras, the envy of all of us, folks said he was a bit of a square. A 10-gallon hat and an obtuse grin, riding like he hadn't a care.
Well, it's time for the fabulous Nerdmobilia auction. Yeah. The Nerdmobilia auction. Ah. So, could we bring up the house lights, please? And everybody, that's what you look like. So, we have Well, we're going to just have an auction here, I guess, is what we're going to do. And I'm not really an auctioneer, but I'm going to say something like, hey, what have I bid now, or something, you know, and then you're going to like say, we're going to need a couple of people to point at people who are actually bidding. So let me see, GAYLE and Steve Gakey, come on out here. Could you, we're kind of putting this thing together at the last minute. What actually Vanna Carroll Merrill is pointing out right now, as you are enjoying the first item, that, believe it or not, is an artifact of physicists at K-State. That is the tablecloth from a restaurant with a crayon drawing of it on it of a Feynman diagram of a neutrino annihilation event. That's the real deal. That is what physicists draw on their tablecloths. They really think this stuff, and they really draw it in crayon. And so, because this is an auction, I am now going to say, what am I bid for this tablecloth from the physicists of KU? What am I bid? Do I hear a $5 bid? Do I hear a $5 bid, a $5 bid? Do I hear a $1 bid? I have a $1 bid, a $1 bid.
$3.14.
I have one. What?
$3.14.
$3.14. I have a pie, bit of pie, bid a pie, bid a pie, bid a pie, bid I have a pie, bid I've got a bit of pie, bit of pie. $5. I have five. I have five. I stand at five. What am I bid now? Do I hear six? Do I hear six? Do I hear 6.28? Do I hear pi times 2? Do I hear 6? Do I have, it stands at 5. Do I hear 6?
I'll be 6.
All right, $6, $6. We stand at $6. I have 6. Do I hear 7? Do I hear 7? The impenetrable 7, huh? Yeah. The 7, the inverse of 7, that would be 0.14159653. There. You have $7. We have $7. $7 are bid. Do I hear 8? Do I hear an 8? An 8? An 8? Do I hear an 8? Do I hear an 8? A $7 bid. A $7 bid. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 going once. 7 going and twice. 7 going 3.14 times. And 7 to the gentleman. Wait a minute, the gentleman has bid 8. Okay. Is that 8 bit? I'm going to go up in terms of bits. Do I hear 16? Do I hear 32? Do I hear 64? Do I hear 9? Do I hear 9? Do I hear 9? 9.
You're still in.
Do we have a bid? Do we have a bid? Do I hear it stands at 8? It stands at 8. Do I hear? Okay, I guess 8 going once, 8 going twice, 3.14 times, and the winner is at $8. I want to mention that this piece of table cover was sent to me by Larry Weaver of the physics department at K-State. And he also sent some electronic chips that are from the Large Hadron Collider that were to go to CERN, but they're the same things. And here we're going right for the big guns. Whoa. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, we're gonna put those chips up for bid later.
What's the money for, Matt?
The money, thank you, is benefiting the Lawrence Douglas County Science Fair, and this is through the Lawrence Schools Foundation. And we are trying to raise. It would be great if we could raise enough money to start our own fund, but we would be raising about $1,000 at that point. That's what I'm told. So, but we will be able to direct this donation. We can kind of give it a spin, and what we are hoping to do, and this was suggested to me by the owner of Wild Territories, who donated the Pi TAC, that we are trying to promote the equal participation of young women and young men in the sciences, and we feel that this is a very worthy direction. My sentiments exactly. And, okay, we have a little idea that occurred to me. We have an ant farm signed by E.O. Wilson of Harvard, and that is really his autograph on that ant farm. And he also furnished us with one of his novels, Anthill. And you'll notice Vanna Carroll Merrill is carrying this around the room for your perusal. And this is a real ant farm, folks. This ant farm was donated by Jennifer Ybarra, who is an employee at a retail store in Lawrence where they sell toys. And we want to thank her for her donation of this ant farm. It is a rare and wonderful thing, isn't it, indeed, to have an ant farm inscribed by none other than E.O. Wilson. All right, so what am I bid for the ant farm signed by E.O. Wilson? Do I hear $50? Do I hear a 50? Do I hear a 50? Do I hear a 50? All right, how about 25? Do I hear 25? 25. Do I hear... Huh? All right, 25. I have a bid of $25. $25 on the ant farm signed by E.O. Wilson. 25, 25, 25. Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30 on the ant farm? Do I hear 30? 30 on the ant farm. We have a $30 bid. A $30 bid on the ant farm signed by E.O. Wilson. E.O. Wilson. That's not E-I-O, that's E.O. Wilson. Although I'm sure he'd get a kick out of that. I'm sure he's heard that once or twice in his life. 30. 30. We have a stand. The bid, $31. 31. I see where this is headed. Do I hear a bid of 31? 31. 31. The bid stands at 31. Do I hear $31.40? Do I hear? Do I hear? Do I hear 31? 31. Do I hear 31 and 40 cents? Do I hear? Do I hear 31 and 45 cents? Or 41 cents? Yeah.
I said 33.
Oh, you said 33. Oh, the bid stands at 33. So, 33. Do I hear 34? 35. Do I hear 35? Do I hear $35? $35 on an ant farm signed by E.O. Wilson. You can display that. $35. $35. Do I hear $40? Do I hear 40? Do I hear $40? $40 for an ant farm signed by E.O. Wilson of Harvard. That's right. He's from Harvard. That's right. The man is from Harvard. And he signs an ant farm.
For you, Natalie.
Do I hear 40? Do I hear 40? Do I hear 40? $40? $40? Do I guess it's, so it's, the bid stands at 35? Is that right? Yeah, we're at $35. Okay. I'm not good at this. The, okay, 35, 35, 35, 35 going once. 35 going twice. 35 going 3.14 times. And sold to the bidder at $35. You can also receive this card, this artistically imprinted card that was once again, we want to thank Jennifer Ybarra for donating that ant farm. And now, we have an actual academic tome from a professor at KU, a fine gentleman named Jeff Moran, who delivered a hall-centered lecture last month on this book he's just written. It's on the Oxford Press, ladies and gentlemen. It is on the Oxford. It's a classy colophon. And it is called American Genesis. It is about the history of teaching evolution in the United States of America. And believe me, it reads like a potboiler. I'm telling you, it is a controversy. It's a controversy. I have it on my schedule. Anyway, this is a fine book. And what am I bid for a book such as this? Do I hear $20? Do I hear $20 for a book like this? Does anybody want to give me $20? We have a $20 bid. A $20 bid for the book by Jeff Moran. Please?
$31.40.
$31.40. That's for a book by Jeff Moran of KU, your hometown brainiac. That's right. The man knows his history. He knows his history. And the bid stands at $31.40. $32. I have a bid of $32 for a book. For the book Genesis. American Genesis. $35. $35. Remember, these proceeds go to benefit science for young people in Douglas County, Lawrence and Douglas County. The bid stands $36. I have a $36 bid. The bid stands at $36. $37. $37. The bid stands at $37. Do I hear 38? Huh? 39? $39. I have $39. Does anybody want to round it up to 40 now? Round it up to 40. Anybody? 40 over here. We have a $40 bid on this fine book. Anybody want to bid 45? Anybody want to go higher than 40? 40. The bid stands at 40. Wait, what am I bid now? Am I bid for more than 40? 40, 40, huh? 40 it is. 40 minus 40 twice, and 40 goes to the bidder over here at $40. Okay. Fine job raising funds for the good works. Little did I know, and possibly little do others know, that the Voyagers, you know, those space probes that were launched in the 70s, are still transmitting to us, and they are still being given commands. I was told last week that one of the Voyagers just went dead on its telemetry information and its science information coming back, and they reprogrammed the whole thing from half a light day away. Little did I know, and possibly little do others know, that the Voyagers, you know, those space probes that were launched in the 70s, are still transmitting to us, and they are still being given commands. I was told last week that one of the Voyagers just went dead on its telemetry information and its science information coming back, and they reprogrammed the whole thing from half a light day away. This is what this is the stuff that they do, the people who run these space probes. And there's a gentleman here in town named Tom Armstrong at a company called Fundamental Technologies over in East Lawrence, and he does this. He's communicating with Voyager. So he gave me a poster, a rare NASA poster, to auction off here to benefit the science fair in Lawrence Douglas County. And this is a rare NASA poster from back before the mission was called Voyager. If Vanna Carroll Merrill will please turn the poster around, you can see that the back says Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Or excuse me, Mariner, Jupiter, Saturn, excuse me. And this is a rarity. This is an early Voyager poster. And the Voyagers have been just amazing, and they're still going. They're out beyond an area known as the heliopause, beyond the influence, beyond a shock wave that it's the edge. So, what am I bid for this poster? Do I hear $20? I think the story is more interesting in some ways than the money. Do I hear $20? $20 on a poster such as this? This is a rarity, folks. This is a collector's item. This is the real deal. This is printed by engineers who work with Fortran, and the computers there are still programmed in Fortran, and they're collecting information. Do I hear $15? Have I got a $15 bid? Yep, here it is. Chris, okay, the bid is at $15. Do I hear a 20? Do I hear a $20 bid? I have a $20 bid over here for this rare poster, this rare NASA poster that is going to look good on the nerd wall, I tell you. The wall of nerd will be finely fit for posters such as this. 25! I have a bid of $25 for the little bit of heaven over there. Mars, Mariner, Jupiter, Saturn. And bid stands at $25. $25. Anybody? 30. I have a bid of $30. $30 for this fine.
Nope.
There. I have a bid of $30. The bid stands at $30. Do I hear 35? Do I hear 35? It stands at 30. And 30 going once. 30 going twice. 30 going 3.14 times. And sold that. Okay, and now a novel by E.O. Wilson, signed by E.O. Wilson, called Anthill. You all know the man, he's from Harvard. That's right. He's a doctor. He's a doctor at Harvard. What do I have? What am I bid for this book? $20. I have a $20 bid on the book. Do I hear 25? Do I hear 25? 25, I have 20. It stands at 25. $25 on the book. Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30? $30 on the book. Do I hear 30? I have 30. The bid stands at 30. Do I have 35? 35. Hello? 31.40. The bid stands at 31.40. Do I hear 31.41? 33. Do I $33. I have a bid of $33. Bid stands at $33. 33. $35. Does the bid go up? Do I hear 38? Do I hear 40? I hear $40. $40 bid. I have a $40 bid on the book. $40 bid.
Can I borrow it when you're done?
Yeah. 40 once, 40 going twice, 40 going, 45! $45 on the book by E.O. Wilson. Boy, is he gonna be impressed when he hears that this sold for more than the ant farm. I kind of thought the ant farm was my idea. Yeah, it's 40, 45 once, 45 twice, 45 3.14 times, and sold! Okay, detector chips from the Large Hadron Collider, courtesy of Larry Weaver at K-State Physics Department. These are actual chips that would be in the first layer of detection inside the compact muon solenoid at CERN. And for those of you who are not familiar with the compact muon solenoid, it is the largest superconducting magnet ever built. I watched the construction of it. It was on a webcam. It was awesome. Anyway, what am I bid for actual chips? There are 4 chips. There are 4 chips taped to a little piece of, what am I bid for 4 chips? $3.14. The bid stands at $3.14. Please. $4.45. Bid stands at $4.45.
There we go.
Up.
You?
Where? How much? $15. I have a $15 bid on chips from the Large Hadron Collider. $25. I have a $25 bid on chips from the Large Hadron Collider at CERN. Yes, that's right. Even though it is in France, we love it. $20 bid. I have a $20 bid.
You, sir?
Oh, wait a minute. You bid 25? You bid 15. 25. Okay, the bid stands at 25. Bid stands at 25. Do I have a 30? 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 Anybody 30? Anybody 30? Do I have a 30? The bid stands at 25. The bid stands at 25. Do I have a 30? It is 25 going once, 25 going twice, 25, 30. I have a $30 bid. I have a $30 bid. All right. $30 bid. Do I hear 35? Do I hear 35? Okay. $30 bid, 30 going once, 30 going twice, 30 going 3.14 times. Sold at $30. Chips from the Large Hadron Collider. Fantastic. Okay, and now, bum bum bum, the shoes of Woz. And these, you're not going to believe how this happened. Steve Mason sitting around his house on Super Bowl Sunday gets a call from Steve Wozniak's wife, who's originally from Lawrence, and says they're visiting in town. They saw the article in the paper. They want to help support Pi Day. So they sent stuff having to do with the Pi Segway, or his number being Pi on the Segway polo team. He sent his shoes. These are size 7.5 shoes. These are, I think, Keds or something, some on the back. These are actually Steve Wozniak's shoes. Yes, the guy who invented the Apple computer. These are the real deal. Naturally, we would like to sell them for a real price, and we are going to start the bidding. Oh, let's say... Pi.
They called me from the IHOP.
They actually called him from the IHOP on their iPhone. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Pi Square. What is that? That's about $10. No, we gotta let it go for more than that. We really got, these are pretty valuable, folks. Yeah, we're gonna start the bidding at 50. I say we're gonna go 50. Do I have a bid for $50 on these? Huh? 55. $55. I have a $55 bid. Do I have a 60? I hear 60. I hear 60. I have a 60. Do I hear 70? Do I have a $70 bid? I have 60. Do I hear a, huh? $70 bid. I have a $70 bid. A $70 bid on the shoes of Woz. Do I have $75 bid on the shoes of Woz. $75, $75, $75, $80. I have $80 on the shoes of Woz. I have $80. Do I hear a 90? 90. Do I hear a 90? Do I have a $90 bid? $90 bid. A $90 bid on the shoes of Woz.
There's $95.
$95. We're on our way. Do I hear 100? Do I hear $100? $100. Huh? $100. I have a $100 bid. A $100 bid on the shoes of Woz.
And the picture.
And the picture. The picture comes with it, folks. The picture comes with it. You can't see your shoes in the picture. $105. $105 bid. Do I hear 105? Do I hear 110? Do I hear a $110 bid? $110 bid. I have 110, 110, 110. Do I hear 120? 120. Do I hear 120? Do I hear 120 on the shoes of Woz? Do I hear $120? $120. I have a bid of $120 on these most amazing shoes, rare and amazing shoes. $125, $125 bid. I hear a $125 bid. Do I hear $130? Do I hear $130? $130 bid in the back. Do I have $130? I have $130. Do I have $140? Do I hear $140? $140? $140? $140. Do I hear $150? $150. Do I hear $150? I'm gonna need $100. I have a $150 bid. I have a $150 bid. $150 bid. The bid stands at $100. $150. $150. Do I hear $160? $160. Do I hear $160? Do I hear $160? $160 bid. The highest bid stands at $150. Do I hear $160? $150. $150 going once. $150 going twice. $150 going something like Pi. Sold at $150. Thank you for supporting the Lawrence Douglas County Science Fair. Yeah. Thank you. And I guess that's it for our auction this evening. What now? We're gonna sing the theme song of people who are made of chemicals everywhere. I want to thank Vanna Carroll Merrill. A big round of applause for Vanna Carroll Merrill for delightfully comporting our auction items. So, folks, we want to thank you very much for coming out tonight to this first and really quite magnificent Pi Day event at the Lawrence Community Theater. Big round of applause for all of you. Thank you. Thank you. And now the Alferd Memorial String Band is pleased to present.
Where's our chairman of the board? We have come to the end of the show tonight. Sure do appreciate you coming out here and helping us do a good show.
Thank you.
Next year.
Thank you.
Yes, next year we'll do this again, and the year after that for sure.
Don't show up at the post office though.
Yeah.
On tax night, we won't be there this year.
Yeah, that's right.
We're doing this instead.
Tax night is done.
Yeah, right. No, I'm sorry, you still have to file and pay taxes. There's always one in every crowd.
No, I don't think so.
The next year's championship will be for the best roadkill pie.
He's not judged.
Alright, this is the key of C.
Okay.
This is a song about everything.
That's
Thank
right.
you for coming out.
That's right. Well,
What's he doing?
Instrument malfunction.
Instrument malfunction. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Okay. This is the very table of the modern major elements, composing everything from toilet seats to shoes and elephants. And if a universe I'm making, I'd put some in the bacon, and these would be the items on my list. There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, hydrogen and oxygen, nitrogen and rhenium, nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium, thorium, ammonium, lutetium, vanadium, lanthanum, osmium, and astatine, and radium, gold, ruthenium, and indium, and gallium, and iodine, thorium, and thulium, and thallium. There's yttrium, terbium, actinium, rubidium, and boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, and strontium, and silicon, and silver, and samarium, and mesotonium, lithium, beryllium, and barium. Barium, that's the National Undertaking Industry Association's Element of the Year, barium. That's right.
You know what the largest element is?
What's the largest element, Steve?
Stadium.
Stadium. It's right on the periodic table, just below gymnasium, just below bikinium, just below unobtainium.
You know what's the most important element?
What's that, Steve?
Surprise!
This song is getting tedium.
Well, you know, Henry VIII married Catherine of Aragon because he thought she was noble. But their relationship went inert when he discovered she wasn't such a gas. He just couldn't weld it. You know, that's right, that's right. Every time I sing this song, my friends tell me to go get a Puff Life. That's right, that's right. And now the second half, the half that you, the voters of Kansas, have returned to reality about 6 years ago. There's holmium, helium, and half human erbium, phosphorus and francium, fluorine and terbium, and manganese and mercury, molybdenum, magnesium, dysprosium, and scandium, and cerium, and cesium, lithium, and platinum, plutonium, palladium, chromium, potassium, polonium, tantalum, magnesium, titanium, tellurium, and cadmium, and calcium, and chromium, and curium. There's sulfur, californium, and chromium, berkelium, and also metallium, einsteinium, nobelium, and argon, plutonium, radium, and zinc, and rhodium, and chlorine, argon, nickel, copper, oxygen, and sodium. These are the only ones of which the uses fit this song. They've discovered several others, but they don't last very long. Oh yeah!
Thank you very much.
Go forth and